everyone. This is Miss Mary with Calvert Library, and welcome back to another episode of It's Elementary. Today, we're going to read a book that's a little older, kind of considered a classic, called the Caterpillar and the Pollywog. It is written and illustrated by Jack Kent. After we finish reading the book, we're going to do a little activity where we create our own butterfly using a coffee filter. So you're going to have to stick around to see how that works out. I want to take the opportunity right now to thank the publisher, Aladdin Paperbacks, an imprint of Simon Schuster, for allowing us to go ahead and read this book today. All right, you ready? Let's get started. The Caterpillar and the Pollywog by Jack Kent. Caterpillars aren't like other folks. As ducks and hippopotamuses and you and I get older, we get bigger, especially hippopotamuses, but not caterpillars. They turn into butterflies. Turning into something else like that is not a thing just anybody can do. Down by the pond, there lived a caterpillar who was very proud of being different. She bragged about it to her friends. "When I grow up, I'm going to turn into something else," she told the snail. "That's nice," said the snail, who really didn't care one way or the other. "When I grow up, I'm going to turn into something else," she told the turtle. "I don't blame you," said the turtle, who didn't much like wiggly things. "When I grow up, I'm going to turn into something else," she told the Pollywog. "What fun," said the Pollywog. "What are you going to turn into?" But the caterpillar hurried on her way, looking for someone else to tell her secret to. "I wish I could turn into something else when I grow up," said the Pollywog. You will," said the fish. "All pollywogs do." "What am I going to turn into?" the Pollywog asked. But the fish saw a tasty bug and dashed after it. "When I grow up," said the caterpillar, who had circled the pond and was going around for the second time. "When I grow up," she told the Pollywog again, "I'm going to turn into something else." "So am I," said the Pollywog. "You?" The caterpillar was so surprised she almost fell into the pond. "The fish said so," the Pollywog told her. "Fish know things. They go to school." The caterpillar was upset. "I thought only caterpillars could do that," she said rather sadly. "What are we going to turn into?" the Pollywog asked. "Well, I'm going to turn into a butterfly," said the caterpillar. "Then I guess I will too," the Pollywog said happily. "What fun! Well, let's do it together." "All right," the caterpillar agreed, although she would rather have done it alone. "But I get to go first." The Pollywog didn't mind. He wasn't at all sure how it was done. "I'll watch you," he said. So when the time came, the caterpillar started to spin a cocoon. "This is the tricky part," she said. The Pollywog watched as the caterpillar spun. Soon only her head was uncovered. "Now I have to close the lid," she said, "and when I come out, I'll be a butterfly." Go ahead, the Pollywog said excitedly. I want to see you do it. It will take a while, the caterpillar warned. She started spinning again and was soon out of sight in the cocoon. For a long time, nothing happened, but the Pollywog was patient. He watched and watched and watched for days and days and days. At last, there was activity in the cocoon. The end of it opened, and very slowly the caterpillar climbed out. Only she wasn't a caterpillar anymore. She was a butterfly, a beautiful yellow butterfly. The Pollywog was so excited he hopped up and down with delight. He hopped up and down like a frog. I was so busy watching you, he said. I didn't notice what was happening to me. You're a very handsome frog, the butterfly said, as she flew off to try her new wings. But the frog was puzzled. I thought I was going to be a butterfly, he said. A caterpillar wiggled by. When I grow up, he said proudly to the frog, I'm going to turn into something else. But the frog wasn't listening. He was admiring his reflection in the water. I am, a very handsome frog, he said. The end. Now, let's go over the materials we're going to need to make our super awesome, colorful butterflies. First, you're going to need to grab some coffee filters. Now, the round type are definitely the best, but if you have the flat type of coffee filter, we can make those work too. Next, you'll need to grab some chenille stems, and those can be whatever color you want. I used green just because I wanted the body of my butterfly to be green, but you can use whatever color you find and want to use. Next, we need to have lots of colorful washable markers. Pick as many colors as you would like your butterfly to have, but the important part is that they are washable markers. If they're not washable, then our little project here will not work. And the last thing that you need to gather is a little bit of water. Now, the ideal way, the easiest way to contain the water is to put it in a little clean spray bottle. But if you don't have one of those at home, that's okay. You can definitely use a little cup of water. All right, now that you have gathered all of your materials that you need, you set up your workspace. Now this is pretty important because Mom will not want you to make a mess of all her furniture. So I laid down a towel over my table, and then I put a piece of cardboard down, and I'm hoping that will protect my table here. So we're gonna get out our filter. Lay it as flat as you can. It's going to wrinkle some because it just doesn't want to lay flat right. Then you have all your beautiful markers here, and we're going to select a marker. Now first, when I take my marker, I'm going to check and see, if it works right. If it has enough ink in it, because sometimes, well, they just don't. They run out at my house. Okay, so now you're going to draw whatever you want on here. You could draw a picture. Here, there's a circle. color it in. Oh, see, my marker's a little faded here, but that's okay. We'll make do. I do a circle, and I get another marker. Okay, let's see. And I'm gonna draw a squiggly line. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I want to draw a flower. It really doesn't matter what you draw, because we are going to apply water to it in just a minute, and we're going to see what happens when we put water on our colors. What do you think is going to happen? Yeah, I think the colors are going to blend in. Yeah, so we'll see. But look, see, this is why I put down the cardboard and the towel. All right, let's see what we do next once all of your filter is covered with your beautiful designs. All right, now that you have finished making all of your beautiful designs on your coffee filter, now's when you need to grab your water bottle. Okay, I have my little water bottle with that's a sprayer, but if you do not have a water bottle, that's okay. You can use just a regular cup and you can sprinkle water onto your design. Okay, I drew a lot of different shapes on here and used a lot of different colors, but if you wanted to use one color for your butterfly or one design for your butterfly, that is completely fine. Okay, so now I'm going to spray it and we're going to see what happens. Let's watch. Okay, I think I got it all. It looks all wet. Okay, and the colors, they are moving. I don't know if you can see it, but they are bleeding into the other colors, which is exactly what I wanted. Yay, it's like a watercolor. Make sure when you put down a towel that you borrow a towel from your very special grown-up that they don't mind having colors get on. Now these are washable markers, but you still got to make sure that you got the correct towel so you keep your very special grown-up happy. Okay, so now we are going to let this have time to dry. It could take a couple of hours. It could take overnight, but we're going to give it time so that it's completely dry. After our coffee filters have all dried out, we'll move on to the next step. And see, now mine are nice and dry, and the colors, they have bled into one another and mixed a little. Yours will probably look very different from mine, but that's what we want. We want them all to look beautiful and unique. So this is the part where you need the chenille stem. So you need that, and you need your coffee filter that you decorated. I decorated 2 coffee filters. I could use both of them and in one butterfly, or I could just use one for my butterfly. But let me show you how to make the wings. So we are going to fold the coffee filter in an accordion pattern. And you may have heard this before, but if not, it's just you fold it one way, then you flip it over and you fold it back. you flip it over and you fold it again. And you keep doing this until you have the whole filter folded. So we keep folding. Almost there. And we're done. Okay, so now it's nice and neatly folded. Okay. And we're going to take our chenille stem and we're going to wrap it around. Okay. Just like so. Okay, and give it a twist. All right, there we go. Now we can spread out the wings and take a look, and you can let me know what you think. So there we go. 1, 2. Okay, and there I have my butterfly. Now, if you want to curl the ends, you can curl the little antenna. If you have googly eyes, you could certainly put 2 little googly eyes here. Or if you have some more chenille stems, you could make tiny little legs if you wanted. Or you could fold this one up, your second one, and make a little friend for your butterfly. So you can have 2 butterflies. Or let me show you the other thing that you could do, which is really, really neat, is take this guy apart real quick and show you, so I can show you. Okay, so you got your 2 things and they're all folded, 2 filters, and they're all folded up in your accordion style. And put them both together like this, so they're both together. And then we can take our chenille stem and twist it just like this. And then we can open, and your butterfly can have more wings. Check it out. Really cool. So ultimately, it's really up to you how you want to do it. But in the end, you come out with something that's pretty neat and handmade. All right, friends. Thank you for taking the time to do this with me. And I really can't wait to do another. So come back next time for another episode of It's Elementary with Calvert Library.